Okay, so when looking at Article 1, CEC supports equity in charter schools, my understanding of this article is that the CEC wants the Trump administration to recognize equity among all students, whether they are neurotypical or have exceptional needs. They ask that the administration upholds three basic principles that will help allow individuals with developmental disabilities or any type of exceptional needs into their school. This will impact both the special educator and the students that we support because it will make the decision for the parents if they are no longer allowed to attend these schools or are accepted into these schools because of their inability to maintain higher grades or financial aid, stuff like that. These students will be forced into public schools, thus making the decision for the parent. If our students are not treated fairly, they will be pushed out of the public charter schools, forcing them to go elsewhere. These students deserve a fair chance to receive alternate education. By not adhering to these three principles, students will be forced to go to public school, meaning bigger class sizes, less programs and services will be available for them, and overall just a decrease in their learning environment. So when looking at Article 2, the CEC strongly opposes Medicaid provisions. My understanding of this article is that the government is going to pass a bill that slashes healthcare funding for children with disabilities and children in poverty. With the passing of this bill, schools are going to lose their reimbursements from Medicaid, meaning that programs and services will be cut for those who require them because public schools and other schools do not have the money to afford these services. So that means that early intervention programs, speech therapy, any of that is going to be cut from these schools. Many of these schools are unable to afford these programs, therefore forcing them to stop all services for individuals who need them. This means that students will not require the support they need to be successful in life and in an academic setting, and many special educators will lose their jobs because there will be nowhere for them to go. When looking at Article 3, the Supreme Court case, from my understanding, this court case was brought by parents of a young boy who has autism, and they are suing the school board for not providing adequate support for his behavioral needs in the classroom through the use of his IEP. The other side of this argument states that according to FAPE, IEPs do not need to maximize the benefit for students with disabilities, whether that's a learning disability or a behavioral disability. This case affects everyone. It affects the parents, it affects the teacher, it affects the student, it affects the administration. If the court says that IEPs can continue going on the way they have in the last couple of years, students are going to lose what they need to be successful in a classroom. They're going to lose out on services that are going to benefit them for the long haul, maybe change their behavioral needs, stuff like that, just kind of teaching them how to cope with things if their IEP will not let them support or will not support higher needs individuals. Not providing these students with appropriate supports, whether they are behavioral concerns or academic concerns, teachers will have to work twice as hard to ensure that their students are learning to the best of their ability while keeping in mind the minimal support that the IEP holds. As a student with an IEP, I don't think that that is fair, that the court can dictate the support I need. I believe that all students should be placed on the same level. So if that means that somebody with a behavioral issue, with behavioral concerns or academic concerns, they need more support to make sure that everybody in the classroom, whether they have an IEP or don't, are all playing on the same playing field. Anyways, thank you.